Broadcasting direct from Studio 12. You're watching Live with Bruce Gregori and at Jazz.
Hey, what's up, Facebook? I hope everybody is doing okay today. My name, again, if you have forgotten it by now, is Bruce Gregori, and you are live with me today at Jazz, and we are going to have a little bit of fun. I got to thank my friends at Ecamm for hooking us up with everything that we're doing here today, and I hope everything is good for you. I hope you're hanging in tight with everything that's happening. Big, quick shout out for some love for the Ramos family. I know they're having some difficult things happening today, and so we're sending them all our love, and our folks down in Florida and in Connecticut as well. So I wanted to give that big shout out to those folks. And if you're out there listening, I hope things are going to work out for you. So what we got planned today, I got to give a big shout out to my sponsors, of course. Razor's Edge Cabinets, they do all the good stuff for me and make those speakers pop when I need them to and all of that good stuff. Of course, GHS Strings, keeping the wires on my guitar, and Benedetto Guitars. They make some of the greatest jazz boxes on the planet, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to play their guitars. And of course, my good friend Jeffrey Ding at Speak Friends Cables, always keeping the wires that plug into these guitars working for me, and cloth covered cables and nitric ends, and they all do the good stuff for me. So of course, Mr. Peter Hendrickson, he's out there, and I'm sure he's living large out in Colorado. I hope he's doing okay. I'm assuming that things might have slowed down for him also a little bit, but he's probably doing something and into something, I'm sure. So good question. Good shout out to Peter. If you're out there listening, send us a note. There's been a lot of talk lately about different kinds of jazz musicians, doing different things and playing. And, one of the things that I think is really important to mention before I start playing some tunes is that, we're all kind of in the same boat, and, we're doing what we have to do to play. And, I saw a couple Facebook posts recently from people who were making some or created some issue with musicians and, what they're doing, and, online or offline or what have you. I think that everybody's going through difficult times. I think it's really important, regardless of what side of the tracks or what side of the fence you lie on, as my grandmother used to say. I think it's important as a world community we kind of come together and try to help, solve this issue we have worldwide, really. It's not about one country versus another. It's really a big thing. And but with that, I thought about a tune today to start off with. It's one of my favorite tunes to play. It's such a killer jazz tune, and I hope you enjoy it. I'll tell you about the history of this tune after I play, but I really dig this tune for a lot of reasons, and you'll see why in a minute, and the title says it all. All right. The tune is You Stepped Out of a Dream, written by Nacio Herb Brown. And he was film and music composer throughout the 20s, 30s, 40s, and even later on. But he wrote this particular tune and the lyrics by Gus Brown in 1940. And it was a tune that was featured in a bunch of different films and movies and stuff, and just a really great tune. And if you're into standards and jazz standards and that kind of music, it's a tune to check out. It's a commonly called tune on jazz gigs for different musicians and jams, but just the movement of it is ahead of its time, I think, is the way to describe it, because tunes of that time period didn't have that kind of harmonic movement. And then, of course, the ending, You Stepped Out of a Dream, is this kind of happy sounding, and then, of course, that, which creates a whole nother aspect. Maybe the relationship went bad. Who knows? But like that. So we got a bunch of people out here. I got to give some shout out. Hello, Chelsea. Good to see you. Lisa Bassi, what's happening in Massachusetts? I hope you're okay and well out there. I haven't seen you in a minute. Man, it's been years. I have no idea. Jake Pelletier, what's up, brother? How you been, man? Good to see you. Yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. All right, man. Thank you so much. So I appreciate all the love and support. I get emails and messages of folks and all that. Thanking me for doing streams. But of course, we're trying to keep things real and moving here in 2020 in the environment we're into. One thing I'd like to do is give you a quick shout out to Cynthia. We've been working very, very hard on a couple different sites. If you are looking to help me continue make videos, things like that, there's patreon.com. We went over that a little bit on previous shows, but I got to direct you out to, of course, my VHX site. This is brucegregori.vhx.tv. If you have a musician in your life, you're interested. This is on demand. It's kind of a very neat concept, I believe. On demand instruction and like that. And there's a trailer. You can start a demo. You can decide to, sign up and then quit your membership and things like that, of course. But there's a schedule of different videos and I'm going to be releasing. And of course, there's a bunch of different programs out there now. We've been working hard to get on there. And it's really cost effective in private instruction and different kinds of things like that. So if you're interested, check it out. There are a lot of different ways that you can, scrolling back up to the top, and there's actually looks like there's a promo going on now. If you sign up, you get a discount. So that's always good. We need that these days. And but the great thing about that particular site is that there's a lot of different ways you can purchase instruction, or if you're into music and you just want to learn more about guitar, there's many different ways. There are set programs that I've set up out there, but there's some flexible programs. If you say, look, Bruce, I don't want to learn these complex tunes. I just want to learn how to play, songs I can sit around the campfire. So there are some options out there for you. The monthly fee is $5-6 a month. It's not that terribly crazy money. It's about $50 a year to sign up, and that gives you access to all of the programs that are out there. Or you can buy them individually, but I suggest you sign up for the whole thing if you're going to do it, because then anything I release is yours. Somebody asked me about the Patreon site, and that is patreon.com/Bruce Gregori. And that site is just contributions for helping me do things like this. That there really isn't a paycheck for. It's just kind of something I'm doing out there to help the community and that like that. So I appreciate all the support. I think I should probably stop talking and play another tune. So I'm gonna do that. But yesterday I played this Sonny Rollins tune, and I was saying to someone, man, I dig Sonny. He's such a great cat, and but I have a hard time with his tunes sometimes. But I was thinking about this tune. The tune is Tenor Madness by Sonny Rollins. It's a tune that's credited to Sonny Rollins. Actually, there's some controversy whether or not he actually wrote it, but it's famously played and known by Tenor Madness. The famous recording is that Sonny Rollins and John Coltrane were playing with Miles Davis at the same time, and they recorded this tune. It's the only tune they actually recorded together, and it's like a 12-minute tune. So if you haven't checked that recording out, Sonny Rollins and John Coltrane, Tenor Madness, and Coltrane being at the time Sonny Rollins Jr. And as the story goes, they asked Sonny Rollins years ago. If you listen to the recording, it sounds like Sonny's trying to one-up John Coltrane in the solo. And the thing about dueling guitars and all that good stuff. Well, they asked Sonny Rollins later on in life if that's what he was doing. He said, "Sure as shit, that's what I was doing." So he was trying to, put John in his place, essentially, the young gun. But John Coltrane held his own in that tune, if you check it out. It originally was released by Kenny Clarke, believe it or not, that melody, which is such a classic melody. That melody, such a great melody, and but it was released with Kenny Clarke under the tune called Royal Roost, so again, some controversy about who owns the right to those tunes. But back in the 40s and the 50s, there was a lot of piracy when it came to tunes, in particularly with jazz guys. So I'm going to play another tune. Speaking of that, this is a tune by Tad Dameron, and this tune was written in 1939. I'll tell you the history about this tune after I start to play it. The tune Ladybird by Dameron. What a great tune. So much fun to play on that tune, and so many really great songwriting kind of things that Tad wrote. I shouldn't say things, songwriting strategies that he used in that song that just really kind of endless. In fact, it gets me thinking about a video I can record for that particular song and just some of the things that are so cool about it. But it was a tune that he wrote, and the turnaround became known as the Tad Dameron turnaround. And I didn't know that up until recently, really. But it was different, a little bit different. He wrote it a little different, but it makes sense because a lot of those concepts are still in a lot of jazz standards that you see today, and like that. So, well, folks, we are just about out of time. I do appreciate you all for tuning in today. I know that we're trying to keep everything going. I hope that your day is going good and your work is going good and your world is working okay. Truly appreciate that so much, and all the support. And again, Chelsea, good to see you. Lisa, Jake, I know Cynthia's out there listening, and all the other folks. Send me a note if you'd like to, online or offline, and I will see you. Wait, before I go, I got to thank my sponsors once again. Razor's Edge Cabinets, great guys. Jeff Flesher down over in Wisconsin. I don't know why I want to say down. GHS Strings up in Battle Creek, Michigan. Great company. Of course, Benedetto Guitars, one of the greatest guitar companies in my opinion. And Speak Friends Cables, Mr. Jeffrey Ding. He is making some of the best cables that you can see and you can use. And of course, Mr. Peter Hendrickson Amplifiers. And hey, Warren, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Glad you're here too, brother. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming, Warren, out of New Hampshire, right, man? And used to be the canoe club we played out there with John was the owner, I think, and I don't know what he's doing now. I get emails from him, but I don't think that place is open anymore, like a lot of places these days. So, but once again, my name is Bruce Gregori, and I want to thank you for tuning in to Live with Bruce Gregori. Tomorrow is the Thursday show. We're supposed to have Barry Greene on, but that's going to get rescheduled, trying to get our Skype connection kind of figured out with the facility here. And but we're going to get Barry rescheduled on a couple different things coming up pretty soon, and like that. So I will see you tomorrow. That's 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Live with Bruce Gregori at Jazz. Peace.
Bruce Gregori, video on demand. www.brucegregori.vhx.tv